Alright. We're getting a new series. This one is going to be Rat Running Thursdays. So every Thursday what I'm going to do is run a kit under 100k on Thursday. I'm also probably going to do a really juicy kit, maybe Saturday or Sunday. But we're going to start with Thursday being a rat run. This will be pretty much just a really low value kit that you can easily get back in insurance fraud. And on top of that, you're going to be able to fit stuff in your alpha, beta, or gamma container to pretty much make your money back. I will skim through the majority of the just running around. You'll still have it fast forward so you can see where I'm going, but it'll be a little bit quicker that way because there's a lot of parts here, like this for instance, where I'm just running in the woods. There's no action, no looting or anything, so really no point in watching it. So essentially here I'm grabbing just Violet real quick if it's here. It's not. Now I did have an 8x speed real quick, but it for some reason bugged out and it was all choppy. So rather than seeing a very distorted image, I just skipped to the next loot spawn. You can get here by where where the car was, where the Violet spawns. You're gonna dash to the left through the field. You're gonna go up to the warning signs that say, you know, you're gonna get sniped at if you go past this point, and then you're basically on your way here. From here, you're gonna have that little encampment you can loot, which was already looted. This is why I'm being very cautious. I don't want to run into someone while looting, so just loot that real fast. I want to double check here. It's better to be safe than sorry. If someone is here, then if I have my head in a box, basically a sitting duck. The kit, going back a little bit to what the kit is, the kit that I'm using, every one of these rat run series, I'm going to keep the minimum of 100k. This kit will roughly cost you 80k. You can do it a little bit cheaper if you want to use PS rounds instead of BP rounds. But the way I look at it is I can most likely fill up my gamma container with 80k very, very quickly in a match, for the most part. Obviously, you have the times where you're not going to be able to, but that being said, it's pretty likely if you die that you're going to get your money back off of your items. Like the SKS, no one's going to grab that. They'll grab the mags. They might grab your helmet. I doubt they'll grab the Karasa. And the bag is a 50-50. Farther in wipe, this kit becomes less and less likely someone will grab it. So pretty much everything you have here. The commando, obviously, it would possibly get grabbed. Just don't insure the items that you're, you know, pretty likely to get screwed over. Now, I grabbed the commando only because there's an insurance return, and I was just trying to clear out my insurance. I would obviously use a smaller rig, like any of the 10k ones. Even a scav vest is fine, because you're probably going to upgrade it by killing the scav. One thing I always check, regardless of where I'm at, I try to loot the anywhere that has a bed. You're gonna see that a lot of luxury items like wooden clocks, teapots, vases, necklaces, all that will potentially spawn there. So, or gold chain rather. So always check them. Here we're gonna be running up to marked room or marked circle. Also be careful if you're doing this at night. Occultists love this area. I come in here because there's a good chance of sugar or chocolate, both of which, even though I may not be able to vendor it, I'll still throw it in my gamma because I can convert it in my hideout, which is another way to look at a lot of these runs. If you can't necessarily convert the item because you can't vendor it for, you know, 30k, but you know on the auction house it's worth 30k, like this sugar here, I can keep it and use that in my hideout, turn that into moonshine, and I've actually gained profit off of putting something in there that would have been, you know, 10k or 20k a slot. The goal is to fill up that gamma with at least 20k per slot. Also, these corners have a chance of a luxury item. Most of the time I got chains out of it than anything, but there's always a chance of any other luxury items from my understanding. Up here's the mark circle. Now this is nothing like Custom's mark circle, but pretty good nonetheless. I've had a few times where I've gotten items around 30-40k and up, so I always like to check it just in case. Now I'm having some screen tearing in that there's a little bit of lag in the beginning, so I'm checking my settings here, seeing if there's something I can change, maybe make it a little bit easier, take off anti-aliasing and a couple other things to improve, and hopefully that will change it. I thought I heard one of these guys. I think I got him.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I got him now. Be careful in this area as well. I was gonna say scavs love these bushes. They spawn in and you won't even know they're there until after they're shooting you. Thankfully, I got out at the right time and I didn't get blown to bits. If you ever kill a scav and you feel like their gun is better than the one you currently have, especially if you're using something like PS rounds, you can go ahead and ditch the gun and swap over to it. Saga, it's not a bad gun, but if it doesn't have the right ammo, it's not going to be very efficient or effective, making kind of your armor that you have on pointless. Sure, you're going to get your SKS pretty much guaranteed because you threw it in a bush, but now, what are you going to do with that armor? Always run up here, check this. There's also a luxury item spawn. 3 spawns or 4 spawns in here in each of the corners. So make sure you check that. There is a chance you can get stuck in here, which if so, just run and try to go prone and you'll go right out. Pretty much a guaranteed gold chain spawn if you like, comment, or subscribe to the video. So try it out. It might work. Not a guarantee, but it's a, you know, higher chance. But no, on a serious note, you can also snipe up there. It's a pretty lucrative spot considering the only way you can get up is the way I just ran up there. So keep that in mind when in this area. I haven't seen anyone else snipe there. I did once and I killed a player, but they weren't like super kitted. But I definitely caught him off guard because he was looking all over the place, couldn't see me. In here you got a duffel bag and a tent. Almost every tent has a chance to spawn some type of luxury item. A lot of time, once again, you're looking at gold chains or silver chainlets. But these each are like 30 to 35k, so easy profits. Also condensed milk, a lot of people don't end up grabbing. That's a 15k vendor item. So I'm guaranteed, if I was to die now, to get over 120k. Just off of the 2 gold chains, that scope, and the condensed milk. And that's what I'm pretty much doing. I'm trying to consolidate my inventory to where my not as high items are not in my gamma, which most of you probably do anyway. But that's what you always want to do. Even if you have, let's say, IFAKs or Salewa in there, Percocets, whatever, that have value, but the other items that you can vendor are higher, so swap it out. Don't keep the Salewa in there when I can put a scope in there worth 30k. So it would be better for a scope to go in there, or 2 gold chains. Now fortunately, I haven't gotten a whole lot of action outside that one scav. I was kind of hoping Woods would have a little bit more action. And regardless if I die or not, I'll still show the video. It's kind of the whole point of being a rat run series, is to kind of get the full experience. There's always a stash back there, the one that I looted, and the one right up this hill. It's directly behind. If you look to your right, you're going to see a campment. You just go a little bit to the left and up by these rocks, and get yourself another Jaeger stash. A lot of people haven't found the stashes yet on Woods. So I was lucky to be able to find some of them and utilize them. Here I'm going to be running up the power lines as it once again was really glitchy, so I'm going to have to cut that part out. Just looting Jaeger stashes again. Not the best, not the worst. Now, I can put these BP rounds in here over the painkiller, but the problem is if you're looking for value, obviously I can't sell BP if it's not found in raid, but I do want to use it because I'm using BP rounds currently, and I know BP is the best round to use for this gun. So you might as well grab it. Throw it in the gamma. Just gonna check this little village. There's a lot of tools here in this building. You can also get quite a few. Well, never mind, there's a scav here. Okay, well. But normally you can get quite a few tools in there, and also those snacks. Like condensed milk, sugars, juices. Sugars and condensed milk are the main ones you're looking for. Also chocolate. Once again, people for some reason do not loot those, so I always try to grab them. Here you're gonna look, I'm looking for the other stash. There is a stash back here. I don't know, maybe I just went full Papega, but I could not find it for the life of me. So, the first place over here, it's pretty decent. It's a little tiny shack up the hill. Check this bed, check over here on the right, and sometimes you can get a high luxury item as well, like a gold chain. Pretty much any bed or sleeping bag in this game can pretty much spawn a luxury item. So if you ever see one, just continue to check it. You'll probably see a gold chain at some point in time, or some other various luxury item. Here I'm looking for the stash again. I know it's here, and it's not one of the round ones. It's one of the camouflage, like the one where the grass kind of isn't on top of it. It's definitely back there somewhere. I don't know. I guess I'm just too dumb to find it right now. Over here is another stash, and there's three pretty close here. This one, which almost no one loots. A lot of people once again don't know where they're at because this part of woods is so new. It was an alright one. I got more ammo again. This type of ammo I'm not using a whole lot, so I didn't throw it in my gamma. Plus it wasn't like insanely expensive either. Gonna come in here. First thing I do is I kind of look to see if these boxes are half cracked. If they're cracked, that means someone has looted them. And if that's the case, they probably looted the entire place. So I would just move on over to the electrical store. You can get various attachments on these tables. Also, you have obviously this gun box I'm looting. Checking this vest. You can always load up items inside a vest. Give yourself an extra 2 slots for that one, but other vests will give you a lot more. And water's not too bad. And as I'm sure you've seen me eating almost consistently every time I get some sort of item. Reason for that is I'm trying to max out my metabolism, which will help me out a decent amount in raids. In front of this box, on this table, you're going to see attachments. There's another gun. Always swap out guns, even if you don't plan on keeping it, because it actually increases your search XP and charisma, I believe it is. Charisma being the more important one. I could have sworn there was something there. Not loot-wise, but there's like light coming, so it's, I don't know. Papega. So up here we have the electric store. I don't know if people call it something else, that's just what I call it. You're going to see a lot of electrical components that spawn, or not spawn this time. someone looted and just didn't hit the boxes. And that works for me. Oh, there's nothing there. You can hit this toolbox if you want. There's really nothing else here. So, I want to show you a very, very sneaky spot. If you like to exit camp, this is a very good one. I personally hate exit campers, so I prefer you not to do that. But just to be aware that people like to come up in this area, right here in this corner, and they can see people coming down this hill, and they can hear you coming down to the right, and tap you. Also, because it's also an exfil, there's also a stash box up here. So someone's hitting this stash box, you can, they're going to run up and down over this way. You can easily get popped. So careful, keep that in mind. I'm not going to get this exfil on the top. Oh, I wanted that. Oh well. The price you pay. Anyways, that pretty much wraps up this series. As you can see, my gamma alone, which I'll show you in just a second, pretty much paid for my kit really, really fast. And by the end of it, I actually made more money off of what I had in my gamma and then what my kit was worth. So you can run low tier kits like this. You'll lose it, you have it insured, and the likelihood of you getting it back is pretty high. Now, first few days of the wipe, that's not going to happen, maybe even the first week, but after you pass that first week threshold, your chads are going to be running with much better gear. The only people that are really going to keep it is a pistoler, which you're probably going to win a fight anyways if you engage them. Here I'm just going to show you real quick the value of the items in the gamma. As you can see here, I'm clearly up. Like, there's no doubt about it. If I was to just vendor that, which in this case is obviously worth more if I don't, but if I was to vendor that, that's easy profit plus an additional 40k roughly, and that's with not even going extremely frugal. I could have easily went a lot more frugal and not grabbed the vest or helmet, but you never know, you could have gotten in a PvP fight and then all that, gun and the ammo is basically wasted because you got 2 tapped in the chest by a PM pistol or something. Anyways, like I said, that pretty much wraps up this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. I'm going to do, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, a super decked out series, maybe like a full Chad. Probably do that on maybe Saturday, and then I'll do my rat series on Thursdays. And then throughout the other days of the week, I'll obviously have different videos coming out. Yeah, that's about it. I can't think of anything else other than if you want to hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you enjoyed today's content and would like to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe as well. And if you want to hit that bell, you'll be notified next time I post a video, so that way you can keep up with the series and where we're currently at with it. Thank you again. Have a great day.